This is a long way from where you were in 2020 in Los Angeles, a completely different culture and completely different vibe. And a lot of people watching us or listening to us right now are going to be in the United States or Canada. And, you know, for my dad who lives in San Diego, California, when I keep telling him to visit me, you know, he's in his 80s, he's like, I can't go over there, it's the war zone. And I'm like, no, Dad.
My mom is here and she's in her 80s. She's here right now. Right. So I want you to go tell your dad that Gordon's mom is here.
I guess my point is they have a completely opposite perception of what it feels like to be here. And like you just described a little bit of a feeling and how you feel here. I know before you've said a little bit like this place is like a really nice hotel where you come in and it's got these beautiful things set up, and if you follow the rules, then you can come back again. And that was an interesting way of describing a place as opposed to comparing it to a city in the U.S.
You saw that interview.
What's that?
You saw that interview?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And so how would you describe how you feel here, and how would you describe Dubai or the Emirates to people outside of here, maybe Americans who've never been here and maybe have misconceptions about it or think it's this or that, or it's a monarchy and it's oppressive and we have our freedoms and they don't? How do you describe it?
Well, it is a monarchy. I mean, let's be truthful, right? Okay, so what is Dubai for me? Okay, what it is for me may not be what the same thing it is for a Bangladeshi laborer on a building, or for an Emirati, or for a woman, or for this or for that. What is it for me? Okay, you know, as an American-German lawyer who's into crypto and blockchain, it's fantastic. Right? The way I described it variously is it's a very high-level hotel, if you like. It's a residence hotel. Okay, you're not necessarily going to stay your whole life here. They don't necessarily want you to stay your whole life here, though that may be changing a little bit. But you can come here and accomplish great things. It is not an oppressive system. You have a lot of personal freedom. Okay, there's political freedom, there's freedom of expression, there's personal freedom. And you know, nowhere is all this way, and maybe some of the personal freedom comes, you know, because you don't have necessarily this other stuff. Everything's in a balance. And you know, people said, "Oh, Gordon, you're so blunt on these interviews." It's like I think I'm just being fair. What freedoms matter to me? Okay, I'm 55 years old. Okay, I have a wife. I have a 3-month-old son. Okay, what freedoms matter to me? The freedom to walk down the street without getting stabbed. That's a big freedom. Okay, if I was a watch guy, and I'm kind of slowly becoming a watch guy, the freedom to walk down the street without my watch being taken or my iPhone being stolen on some bike. That's a freedom. Yeah. Okay, for the non-Americans out there, the freedom to not be taxed to death. Not to work like a slave and then have your money inflated away on one side and then taxed away on the other side, and then, you know, what the heck happened? You know, there's, within certain bounds, there's good freedom of expression. And the freedom of expression that isn't allowed, I actually don't have a problem with. Like, you're not allowed to insult other races.
How do you get out of a rat race? How do you create wealth not only for yourself, but also for the generations to come after?
I am absolutely amazed with the quality of companies that we're getting exposure to.
We go on to Zoom calls with the innovators and the folks who are building new applications in metaverse, blockchain, artificial intelligence, decentralized finance.
What's going on, everybody? Thumbs up if you can see me.
We are focusing on early stage investment.
And the quality of people that we're getting exposure to, whether it be Dan Tapiero with 1RT, Jason Ma from Open, Yatsu from Animoca.
It's been a phenomenal experience thus far. It has far exceeded my expectations.
We are focusing on cutting edge technologies.
I view it now as the best investment I've ever made. The upside, I view, is unlimited.
And as a retail investor, I would never get this exposure anywhere else outside of Investment Club.
See you in the Investment Club.
Or religions or anything like that. They have, I think, you know, I talked to someone recently, they have 156 countries cohabitating here peacefully. You know, that's either a recipe for a disaster or that's a recipe for something awesome. You actually have, unlike in the United States, diversity works here. Okay, but there is a structure within which that diversity exists, you know, and that structure has rules. You know, it's like we're in the Matrix, okay, and the Matrix has rules, and you can either master the rules and become Neo, or you can resist it and have a problem, okay, and if you don't like it, you can leave. Yeah. You know, I mean, barring something extreme, no one's making me stay here. I can go. If I don't like it, I'll leave. Maybe one day I will, but I like it. They don't. They're. If you want to talk about law of attraction, they are strong believers in law of attraction. Okay, no one's forced to come here. You're choosing to come here. And if you choose to come here, just like if you choose to come to someone else's house, you respect the rules of their house. If they say, you know, this is the private library, don't go in there. Okay, fine, have fun. Okay, you're making me dinner, you're, have a nice comfy bed, whatever, and I can go. If I hear something terrible, then that's a different situation, but it's not like that. People get this weird, I look at the Western media, I'm like, oh my gosh. And I'm not an apologist for some things that some people might have an issue with, but the Western media presents an incomplete view that when you're having the lived experience here, it's not actually like that. Okay, and you need to come here and you need to experience it, and then you need to talk to people and you can judge for yourself whether it's good. It is safe. You have a great deal of expression. It is not like 15 years ago where if you kissed your wife or girlfriend on the beach, the morals police are going to come and get you. I think there was like 20 years ago, some British couple was acting inappropriately on the beach, like really overdoing it.
Yeah, and then Al Arab, I remember. It was a British couple.
Yeah, but that was 20 years ago. Okay, the decorum. It's like Tech Tuesdays. There's a level of decorum. If you don't like it, don't come.
Yeah, I've fallen in love with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I think it's okay that maybe people shouldn't be, making out in public. I like it when I go to the beach and if I'm walking on the boardwalk, guys like, put your t-shirt on. I'm like, okay. I like it that I don't have
He's just jealous of you.
Yeah.
He's just jealous of your build.
I also like it that just like I don't see strip clubs and I don't see sex shops and like I don't see drunken footballers like I see in London. It's like I don't need to see that, and I know they have the freedom to do that, but it's like I also like the fact that that's not here, and it just makes for a really peaceful place for me to be, and I think that's also really nice. And like you said, it's like visiting someone's house. It's like, oh, you could say, well, I just visited your mom's house and I have the right to tell her that her cooking sucks and her place is bad and I hate her political beliefs. Okay, is that freedom? Maybe. But if I'm in someone's house and I'm a guest there, then I'm not going to do that, and nobody would. And so, that's
well, some people would.
Well, some people would.
So, actually, some people would. They're doing something. I mean, I'll get political. You can always shut me up. But in the U.S., people are doing that. People are coming in there on student visas and everything else and telling them that their mother's cooking sucks.
Right, because they're exercising their freedom of speech. Yeah.
Yeah, and actively interfering with others' freedom of speech. And, whatever I stand on politically, I generally want people to express their points of view. But when those, it's the usual thing, your rights stop at the tip of my nose. People are getting past the nose in the U.S. and interfering with other people's freedoms.
I agree.
So, where's freedom? Here I have the freedom to practice my religion, to engage in commerce, to make friends of every nationality and every belief system. I have freedom to do these events. I have the freedom to go. I have the freedom to come. It's a lot of, one can call it civil freedoms. Okay, and is there a dark side? I think so. You don't want to get on the wrong side of the police. You don't want to get on the wrong side of the Emiratis. You don't want to talk trash. But again, if you don't like it, go. If you want to be critical of the UAE, do it from Germany. Okay, but if you're living here, play by the rules. Okay, and the rules are not draconian. The rules are great. I mean, here we are having a good conversation in Dubai.
Yeah.
Okay, and we're talking about my Emirati partner, and it's like, it is good here. And also, I mean, Andrew Tate, God bless him. I've never met him. I feel like I will one of these days because we're kind of in the quasi same circles. Just like I eventually meet everyone. Cole, take it as a compliment. But his point was, if you create an environment where people feel safe with their stuff, they're going to come here with their stuff and they're going to make more stuff. Okay, you got countries where people don't feel safe with their stuff. Their stuff can be their physical stuff, their mental peace of mind, or their family stuff. And if you want them to have it and make more of it, you got to create an environment where it's secure. And they're secure from the government and secure from the people. And they're doing a great job here.
Hey, I know investing in crypto is scary. It takes a real leap of faith because there are so many scams, rug pulls, and bad actors out there. It's a dangerous business, which is why 95% of people lose all their money. Well, that's why I created the London Real Investment Club, so you can access the hottest deals on the planet and use the crypto bull market to create the generational wealth that you deserve. Join my team of over 100 people from around the world that are making millions of dollars behind the scenes investing in blockchain, AI, Web3 games, DeFi, Bitcoin, and more. Don't miss out. Click the link below to book a call with one of my team now. But hurry, this bull market will end soon.
I know investing crypto can be scary. That's why you gotta join the investment club. Pull the trigger. Let's do this.